And I'm somewhat excited to tell you, I will not narrate this experience, because if I narrate this experience alone, it may take 1.5 hours. Not my experience, and that's why I would not like to narrate it. But yet, the excitement level is such that I can't but spill over the beans, as they say, at least a few sentences. Because I heard it only few days ago. See, we are living in such a place, in such a world, that even after 33 years of staying and listening to experiences and experiences and experiences of Swami, we still come across things which make us sit upright and then say, hey, I want to listen to that till the very end. And that was something that somebody narrated in our moral class on last Thursday, somebody from Kerala, who has also spoken on many occasions, and he will himself narrate such an experience, but for the first time he has possibly spoken it in public. And just to cut it short, he said that after having come to Swami at the age of 3 in 1953, in 1960s, he became an atheist, and then finally joined the Communist Party, and then finally became anti-God, anti-Swami, anti-everything, and then their only aim was to eliminate all the spiritual heads in this country. And they had decided, you know Krishna's life, how it was. The entire childhood was only filled with, if you hear the stories, first day this demon came, next day that demon came, next day this demon came. It was only full of how he managed various devils and various demons. And this man releases this story, possibly to the world, and you better listen to it from him. And he says that 27 of them, young people, decided to finish 27 religious heads of the country, and they drew lots. And in his lot was, lots for what? Whom should I finish? Each one had to finish one, because their aim was very pure. They were convinced that the religious heads are spoiling this country, and we must do something to save this country. So best is eliminate all the religious heads. So in his lot came up Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And then rest of the 1 hour we were all sitting upright as he was describing details of how, when, where, why. He was going to do it with a dagger hidden inside a mouth organ, sitting as a devotee. Press a button, the dagger comes out of the mouth organ. And an amazing story, he comes to Parthi, does all kinds of things. Just to cut the story short, at the end of it, he did everything possible. He jumped onto, because he thought Swami is a magician. He consulted PC Sarkar. He consulted everybody just to tackle Sathya Sai Baba. And then he came to Parthi, and he had the opportunity, and at night he jumped onto Swami's terrace, went on into Swami's room, went this side, that side. Of course, he didn't find Swami there, though Swami had slept off there only. And then next day, Swami calls him for an interview. So many things happen. He doesn't want to go for an interview, and then in the interview, amazing things happened. And then Swami asks him also, do you believe in God? Very nicely. Swami was talking most lovingly. He got so irritated. So he said, I don't believe in God. There is no God in this world. Swami was silent. Swami was smiling and looking at him. And then after a few seconds of silence, Swami says, 100% correct. When Swami told that, this man could not stand it any longer. 100% correct, and he's cheating everybody. He said, in that case, you are the biggest cheat. You are the one who's telling people that there is God and that so many things. And Swami was very kind, and then told me, hey, come on, cool down. Why are you getting so hot? Fast forward this story. Swami just talked to him some interesting things, left him. He had already planned in his diary, he had written the time 10:30, 18th August 1967, 10:30 p.m. with a dagger in Prashanti Nilayam. Oh, it's interesting. But finally on that day, because they won't do it before that when the plan is made, on that day he sleeps inside the Prashanti Nilayam and Swami is sleeping right there next to him on a cot on that day. Every day Swami doesn't sleep there down. That day Swami sleeps there. And then everybody sleeps off. This fellow was a young boy. Haughty, naughty. His parents were devotees. And he said, I was related to Sri Kasturi. Just amazing insights. At 10 o'clock, the bell rings. Tung, tung, tung. 10 times. Swami was sleeping. This boy was just there. His mouth organ was behind him. At 10 o'clock, when that happened, suddenly Swami got up and sat down. And he looked at him. And this boy didn't know what to do. So, because time is not yet there, he has fixed the time. So Swami asked him, hey, what's the time? He said, 10 o'clock. Oh, 10. And Swami slept back. At 10:30, tongue, single tongue. Swami got up, sat down, looked straight into this boy's eyes. He didn't know what to do because he didn't expect Swami will get up just then. Mouth organ is not with him. Swami looks at him, stares at him, and does this, like this. When he did like this, Swami's hand, his mouth organ appeared. And he said, hey, it was my mouth organ. I could recognize it because I had got it made. It is mine. And then Swami looked at it and told, see, kill me. Please kill me. Please kill me. It was silence like this. The boy says, the man, he is now more than 65. He says, all my energy started going out. Till then I was, in spite of all, whatever had happened in the past few days, I'm not narrating those fantastic things, but in spite of all those things, I was dead sure of doing that job. And then what did Swami say? Hey, Swami said, see, when you make up your mind and give a promise, it's not good. You must keep it up. Please kill me. Please. And then Swami said, you wrote it in your diary, no? In your diary, 10:30 p.m. Please. See, here, put it on my heart. Swami said, put it on my heart. Press this button, Swami said. That button also he showed. And as Swami kept requesting him to do that, he says, all my energy went off. And finally, that harmonium mouth organ dagger fell down from Swami's hands. This boy's, by then his hands were on Swami's lap. They were cold. And when the dagger falls down, it hit this boy's toe. And his toe started bleeding. And then Swami tore his robe and put a bandage on his toe. He said, 18th August 1967, I had decided to kill him. He finished me. Not only that, he revealed something also amazing, that after that he became, he started doing door duty, as they say, for some time in the 1960s. And he says that Swami told him not to go back. His parents had also come. Swami told him, you don't go back. And what was the effect of his not going back? He says, 26 people were killed by the police because they were all involved in all kinds of things. One out of them got saved for whatever reason. God knows the reasons, okay? Who got saved? The one in whose lot came that he needs to do something to Sathya Sai. Sathya Sai had decided to do something to him. We don't know when Swami decides. Forget it. If anybody in the world is just an atheist, it is only one level. Here was a story of not an atheist, but of someone who had crossed the boundaries and experimented on the other extreme. And he says that throughout all this experience, Swami talked to him with so much love. And Swami also told him, you're a very good boy. Why? Because your intention was very nice, Swami. Only thing, it was in the wrong direction. You wanted to do service to your nation. Just imagine, service to nation is such a thing. It can get you right to the feet of God. You wanted to serve your nation. You had a real intention of service, and that is why you were saved. Let's not talk about the rest. Yes, the rest, who knows what their background was. Krishna knows who was to be saved, who had to be saved, which demon had to be transformed, which demon had to be finished. But that's the story. Let's come